the wine of the week, we might as well do two wines of the week this week since I've got both of them here. And so I have kind of gone through my notes, but the Sorrell, we'll start with that. 2022, it's from the Wrekin vineyard, which is, you know, it's a bit of a rock star vineyard if for people that are in the know from Marlborough, because it just produces delicious wine. And for those of you who are a fan of Gisborne wine, Milton, so James Milton is actually down working with the Wrekin vineyard. So as well as doing working with a couple of other people here and there. But yeah, so potentially is why it's looking and tasting so good. Yeah, as far as the colour, it's a deep yellow, like, really, nice saturation of colour. Not dark, not borderline orange. It's still, it has good colour, but not full colour. Now, one thing, I will mention it early, next episode, I'll be taking piss out of Wine Speak and all this garbage around the colour and the saturation levels and things like this, because I was actually sent a little clip, which is hilarious, but I'll save that for next week. Yeah, and I noticed sort of a curd, like citrus curd on the nose, but the grapefruit, ripe grapefruit, lemon, nougat, the palate was rich and round. But the fruit was there and lovely acidity coming through, ripe acidity, and just a long, smooth finish that had the subtle, creamy sort of nougat sort of character, but not too much. It was still fruit to the fore, and how I do like Chardonnays, fruit to the fore, but using the barrel to enhance the fruit, not just a fruit ball. So, yeah. Now that's warming up, it's starting to show it again. Got that like a savoury stone fruit character. So that's really that fruit interacting with the oak, so you don't get the oak flavour, you just get a savouriness. And then a light, it's actually quite a rich, full finish, so you really taste it right through the palate. Okay, and so score, actually didn't score one the other week, which is interesting. The score, I mean, yeah, no, just thinking about good colour, so full marks for colour, the nose, and it had enough complexity there. There's good palate weight, good structures, so it's hard to score this anything less than sort of, a 94 out of 100. And yeah, 19.5 out of 20. Okay, now on to the Maxim. Now, one thing, I mean, I can't show you on the thing, but the Maxim is very similar in colour, just slightly paler, so slightly lighter, and that's probably due to the youth, so the ages of the two wines. So over time, the colour deepens and gets a little bit richer, where when it's young, it's light and fresh, and so it hasn't had that time to develop with oxygen contact and what have you, and oxidation that happens in the bottle. So there's oxygen captured in the bottle, so that so it's a natural process that happens regardless of whether it's a screw cap. Screw cap makes it slower because it's not allowing any more in, but it still happens. So again, what my notes said, I like caramel with grapefruit and nectarine. So that didn't really say too much, but the nose now, not really picking up the caramel anymore. It's more sort of spice with grapefruit, with the nectarine, sort of white flesh nectarine, not ripe. It's very, very underripe, if you like. And a little bit of a sort of, floral, but not sweet floral. It's just a lifted sort of note, whether it's sort of like like, I don't know, yeah. So I was thinking it might be sort of like a vanilla flavour because it wasn't really sort of blossom, like wasn't that sweetness, but it wasn't. This time around, the palate is so much more balanced, so much more in control. It really has enjoyed an extra couple of hours of time. So I thought I actually preferred the Sorrell this afternoon, but now I prefer the Maxim. It was showing so much more. No, um, yeah. On my notes today, talk about the ripe, full fruit, still with good freshness and a lovely savoury finish. That savoury finish is still there. The freshness is more balanced. You can tell again. I bang on about it all the time. Ripe acidity. It's beautiful, ripe, and in check, in balance. With that still that lovely full fruit up front, and then that lovely long savoury finish. It's really really good. Um, Nice to see it again, and seeing it really come into itself. So I mean, this would be, it's just tear up above this one again. So 95 out of 100 and 19.5 out of 100. I can't really push it too much more because while it's really good, it still has a ways to go to be right up there. But yeah, really cool, and really cool to show you guys these side by side, and they have two ones of the week, which is very cool. Yeah, yeah, this one, yeah. Go in. I will obviously, as always, have the retailer list so you can find these wines and hunt them out and definitely check them out. Um, the Maxim, I would suggest if you do buy it soon, put it away for a year. Allow it time to get into its groove. The Sorrell, you could do the same, but you don't have to. It's all about being ready to go. Where Maxim needs a little bit more time based on the two tastings over a few hours and the fact that it's been open already. So yeah. As I said, I'll have a little hilarious wine clip that I won't have it part of the episode, but you'll be able to link to it in the show notes. And I'll be taking piss out of wine speak and talking about what it all means in the jargon. Just going a little bit further because I do talk about these little bits and bobs, and other people talk about these things, but don't, not actually explain what it is. They just talk about it. So that's what we'll do next week. But until then, thank you as always for listening. Sante and God bless. Sorry. So used to saying it over after a year and a half. Thank you for joining us. Sante and God bless.